Back in jail in the States after investigators say he moved to Jamaica to...
Welcome back to the channel, my viewers and subscribers. I hope you all have a blessed week this coming week. Now in today's video, we're going to look at two stories. One is about a Paddington County man who has been in Jamaica for 11 years after committing some heinous crime in the United States of America. And the other is a celebrity lawyer. She's from Jamaica, but she practiced in the New York region. She was disbarred for stealing some of her client money. So in the first story, it is said that a former Pauline County man by the name of Charles Rainey is 71 years old and he used to live in Pauline County, Georgia. It is said for over 11 years, Rainey lived in Jamaica to avoid arrest and charge for some serious offense that was committed in the Pauline County, Georgia. Based on information received, it is said that in July of 2011, investigators said Rainey was indicted for 3 felony charges when he failed to show up to a scheduled court appearance. A bench warrant was issued for his arrest, according to the Paddington County Sheriff Office. By 2012, the case was dead docketed because Rainey had not been located and he did not answer charges in front of the court. Rainey was issued a 6-month visa to travel to Jamaica in the year 2011. However, he overstayed his visa since. While Rainey was hiding in Jamaica, he stayed in the Dunbar Pen community located in Norwood, St. James. It is said that Rainey came to Jamaica in the year 2011 and lived at an apartment. If you look on the screen, you can see the apartment where they said Rainey lived when he came to Jamaica. It is said when he just came, the residents of the community thought the apartment belonged to Rainey. But after a while, they realized Rainey started to odd jobs like cleaning yard and, cutting lawn, raising goat. And you just know, like daily handyman work. Like persons who live or who own house in Jamaica but reside overseas, they will put Charles to oversee them property so it don't run down whilst they're not on the island. So they said, residents in the community said that they thought he maybe just liked the culture in Jamaica, so they didn't know of any form of molestation that he was running from prosecution in America. The residents of the community in Norwood, where Charles was staying, said he didn't really leave his house very often. He would just go to his odd jobs and then back to his apartment. Sometimes he would visit the town of Montego Bay just to pick up food and back to his apartment. You didn't normally see him at any bar or any party or with any females of any sort. He would just keep himself to himself. They said Charles only speaks when spoken to. He's not much of a friendly person. Residents said they didn't get a creepy old man vibes from him. They said he was a cool resident. They said the only red flag was that he's just a white man doing odd jobs for black people in Jamaica. But they said they thought he just liked our culture and just do odd jobs to get around. But otherwise from that, they have no knowledge of him assaulting anybody in Jamaica. So these are the things that I've always said in my video. Residents have a civil duty to the nation of Jamaica to report anybody who they're suspicious of or who they suspect of committing a crime. So can you imagine Charles run leave him country where he committed some very heinous crime against children, and we in Jamaica have him against our children, not knowing the type of predator we're harboring in our homes. A lot of sexual crime happening in Jamaica, and which is unsolved. So I think they should take his DNA and run it to multiple of the scene them. I'm not saying that he's doing any form of thing in Jamaica, but we can't discredit nobody. It's better we run them through the system and they will find out say it's not them before we release them. Even though now he's back in US, I would hope the JCF would have taken his DNA and sent it to the lab to match it against multiple sexual crime. Because sexual crime is one of the highest crime in Jamaica. And sometimes, to the nature of some of these sexual crime, I believe my Jamaican people don't really commit those sort of crime, even though they can't swear for people. But I think some of the crime that we see happening in Jamaica in recent years is not that of Jamaicans doing. Because it might have seemed a way now, or it might not seem a certain way now. But we have a lot of illegal immigrants in our country also. And them take their culture and come impose it on us and our cultures in Jamaica. There's a lot of people from Haiti, other Caribbean islands that are currently in Jamaica, undocumented. And because our government don't enforce the immigration law that much or to a certain extent, while we have multiple nations of illegal immigrants in Jamaica, and some of these crimes that currently taking place in Jamaica is not the nature of Jamaican people. So I think this is something the government need to look serious into. Because if Charles can be in Jamaica for 11 years, can you imagine the amount of crime similar to the nature that he has committed in America, he may committed in Jamaica. He may not, but also he may committed, so we can't put nothing past them. When a black man left and go in any white community in America, them scrutinize them very much. So if we have our own community and we see a white man come and do odd jobs, it's supposed to draw some form of suspicion, because you know that's not the norm. The fact that he's now in custody, I'm very relieved that he's no longer amongst our Jamaican people, our Jamaican society. I'll definitely keep you guys updated as soon as more information is made available to the public about this matter.
Back in jail in the States after investigators say he moved to Jamaica to avoid child molestation charges. For more than 11 years, Charles Rainey, originally from Paulding County, Georgia, was living in Jamaica. Deputies say back in 2010, he molested a girl under the age of 16. In 2011, when he didn't show up to court, officials issued a bench warrant for his arrest. By 2012, the case was so-called dead docketed because no one could find Rainey. Now he's in jail awaiting trial.
So in this second story, a seeker of justice will know have to seek her own justice. Based on the report received, it is said that a Jamaican-born, New York-based celebrity lawyer, Audrey A. Thomas, has been disbarred from practicing law in the state of New York, arising from a case of misappropriation of funds belonging to a client. Misappropriation of funds, in other words, is thieving of funds. To those of you who watch the fake Heiress show on Netflix with the girl by the name of Anna Delvey, Thomas was Anna Delvey's lawyer. So she's been thrust in the spotlight based on her affiliation with Anna Delvey and the hit Netflix series. So Anna Delvey and Audrey Thomas, they also had a messy separation because Thomas said Anna Delvey was not paying her money. So they had a really public messed up separation. She no longer represents her in the court of law. However, now she can't represent her in no way, shape or form no more, at least in the state of New York. So based on the documents found in the New York State Supreme Court grievance community, it is said that from November the 9th, Thomas, who is 53 years old, can no longer practice herself as an attorney in the state of New York. The document goes on to state, a statement from the committee outlined that Thomas pocketed $630,000 US of the $770 that's been held in a bank escrow from a real estate deal for her client Ray Murray. Thomas was accused of 12 improper cash withdrawal from a Bank of America escrow account, violating Rule 1.15a of the Professional Conduct. In the disbarment document, it is stated that Thomas used money from Murray's account to promote herself as an author and a radio show host in New York. However, Thomas flatly denied these allegations, and state that she will take it to a further higher court. It's just sad to see our fellow Jamaican in the international space. She reached to this level within her career, and just because of misappropriation of funds, she is now pushed to the bottom of the list. It's just a sad situation. It does not sit right with people, and it gives Jamaicans a bad name across the world. People may not believe it's so, but trust me, from one, they're not gonna just single her out, they're gonna say the Jamaican liar. So you have to really understand, say, when one of us do something bad, it makes us all look bad on the world stage. And the fact that she's already in the media based on her prior affiliation with a certain person, and now this comes, it just seems like a very distasteful thing to happen. Because even her former client, Anna Delvey, now mocking her on social media. Because at first, Thomas write a book about Delvey and the whole situation. So now that she's been disbarred and Delvey is very much in the media, everything she do, the media cover it. She now write a document mocking Audrey Thompson about she being disbarred from the state of New York. She's not yet found guilty of anything, so I'll definitely let you guys know when the case come up and what's the outcome of this matter. And I've noticed this is a practice for more than one lawyer, because in recent times a couple lawyer who's based in Jamaica has been disbarred and charged for criminally for offense similar to this. When the lawyer them get people money, for some reason them don't want to hand it over. I don't know if it's a thing with them, but if you really check the stats, most lawyers have been disbarred for this similar offense, misappropriation of funds. When people sell them property through a law office, the lawyer, for some reason, the lawyer don't like for hand over people. If you like this content, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like I always said, remember to hug your loved ones. See you in the next video.